Alright guys, so I did my foundation and my primer and my moisturizer already. I've set up a base coat. Getting ready to do my eyes. I usually go in with a neutral color right here in the crease first time to make sure I set my eyes so that my eyeshadow stays into place. We don't want none of that moving. Then I use this kind of like a peachy color right here. It's almost like a nude color. It's not that dark or anything like that. I'm gonna make sure I go over a couple times. Then I use this like a light brown color. It's not really doesn't even have that much pigmentation. It's just basically to do the corners of my eyes, make them so that they are a little bit different in tone than the rest of the makeup. Apparently I have a little brown left on my brush. Alright, once I'm done with that, I go in and I pick the color I want. Today I decided that I'm going to do a purple. NYX, or NYX I should say, has a really pretty purple color that I like to use a lot. I also have their like sangria color. This one is called Punk Heart, and I like both the colors that I have. This is more like a darker color, and you can actually use this wet as well, but purple is like one of my favorite colors to use, especially because I have hazel eyes, so it makes them pop. I would say by far purple is probably the #1 color I use, other than I wear a lot of nude natural looks. But yeah, purple is for sure my favorite color to put on my eyes. I don't do my makeup every day, but I try to do it at least once or twice a week. Just makes me feel better, and a lot of the time I don't have time because I'm at work, so I like to just do them, and it makes me feel good about myself, for sure. Let's see if I can find a brush to put this white on with. Going in with this NYX color, it's almost like a off-white white color. It doesn't actually have a name, but the palette I'm using is the NYX Dreamcatcher palette. It's this color right here that I'm using for the white. I've got almost all their palettes. I have all but like 1 or 2. And I just feel like if I use white in my inner corner, it really brightens it. The only colors I use in my inner corner are white or silver. I don't use any other colors. I'm just not a fan of any other colors. Then I have this little baby brush that I use to do the corners of my eyes for the outside. Right here it is. If I can find it. It's, oh, that's not the one. This one. Little baby one. It is very concentrated, and it definitely picks up the color like I want it to. I'm going to go into my Smoky Fine NYX. I'm going to pick up black because that's what I like to do with the out corner of my eyes, is I usually do it in black. You can see I didn't tap my brush off and there's a lot of fallout. I did that on purpose because this black you have to go over like 50 times. But that's okay if I fall out because I did not set my foundation. I didn't put concealer on yet, and I didn't set my foundation, so that was planned. I always put my concealer on after I do my eye makeup because in case I do get fallout, I can just wipe it off and re-dab in with foundation and concealer. As you can tell, there's not a real big color difference between the purple and the black. I'm big fan of the darker colors. But I just take my wipe and wipe all that away. And you can see it took off my foundation, which was planned. Apparently, I grabbed a spot that had stuff on it already. And then I just go back in with my sponge and fix it up. And like I said, I'm going to go back over this with concealer anyways, so I'm not concerned about it all that much. I use the NYX concealer. Almost all my makeup's NYX. It's by far reasonably priced and really good on coverage. And you won't even be able to tell. See, it's already gone. And once I get my base down for my eyes, I use the concealer, and then I'll retouch it up once I'm done actually setting, and make sure it's not like super pigmented, you know, like fix it up. So I've got my concealer on, and then I just use, it's this Bye Bye Pore Press. Basically all it is a little white powder that's supposed to conceal your pores, but I use it as a setter for my concealer because it's a powder and it's clear, so you don't see it when I'm done. Just a little dab there and there, and it's set. I wanted to give props to Ipsy for my contour palette from City Color. I've been using this a lot lately and I really like it. The contour shade is a little dark for me, so I've been using the bronzer, but that works perfect. I'll use my little brush right here, tap it off, and see, it's a nice little bronzer. This brush I'm using has a lot of bristles that are really tightly packed, so I'll go in with another brush once I get the base on and work it out. But yeah, you can see that it's definitely, the bronzer has pigmentation in it. And we'll just work it out after that. I probably have quite a few brushes, close to 20 or 30. So I just use probably like 15 different brushes on my face. It just depends. You can see now that I've worked it in a little bit, it's not as noticeable. And I'm also going to put a highlighter on and a blush. My favorite blush is Show Me Your Cheeky blush. It's by Elizabeth Mott. It's got like this gold hue to it. Probably can't tell with the lighting, but it's pink. And it just has like a little gold hue. And I just put that right on my little apples of my cheeks. And I don't do a whole ton because it is a very pigmented blush. So there's that. And then I just take my highlighter, and I have a little angle brush in here that I use it to put it on. And I barely touch my face with this. And my eyes. Just a little bit of highlight in there, and you can see most of that's good. And I do have a setting spray I use afterwards just to double up on it because powder wipes off. But like you can't even see it fall out of my face, or that I didn't recorrect my foundation as much as I should have. It kind of hides it. But the purple, you can see, is not very pigmented. So I usually go in with a second purple I have. This is from Sally Girl. If you ever shopped at Sally's, it's a beauty store, but they also sell makeup, but it's a really pretty purple. And you can do this with water as well. It's like a cream or powder that you can use. And I just go in and I highlight that purple spot, and it just kind of darkens it and lightens it at the same time because it's a lighter purple, but it like makes it this really midnight purple kind of look. And I love this color that I come up with for both of them because it's not super bright, but then again it shows itself really well with my eyes. And I probably should put a little bit of this on my bottom lash too, since I went mostly with black on my bottom lash. But yeah, purple's my favorite. And I don't use any other brush on my bottom lash but this mermaid brush because it's got this nice angle on it. And definitely keeps it close to your lash line so you don't have a bunch of fallout, like just a little bit. And it just wiped right off, so you can't even tell. Alright, I use two different eyeliners when I do my makeup. I have the Urban Decay 24/7 in Perversion. That's what I use on my bottom lash. It's really silky. It comes in like literally one coat and you're good. I sometimes use this on my top lash. If I want a more dramatic look, I'll use my Sky Pencil, which I call it Sky Pencil because it's got stars all over it, but it's a felt tip and it does a pretty good job. And I've used it so much that it's wore itself off, so I couldn't even tell you who it's by now. But today I'm just going for a not like over the top, but not an everyday look either. And I'm just gonna underline my top lashes instead of overline them, because I don't need a whole ton of liner on them, especially because I'm using a dark shadow. Now, the mascara I'm using is from Benefit. It is the Real, and I'm telling you, this makes your lashes look huge. If you look at the wand, it's got a huge bulb on the bottom, and it really plumps your lashes up so that they look huge. And I have nice lashes. I'm not saying that, you know, like they're perfect, but they are pretty and decently in length. So I just add a little bit more volume to them. And you see how that purple is now making my eyes kind of pop now that I put the mascara on. If you look online and you go to the color wheel, it'll say what colors will complement your eye color. They have one just for eye colors. And for hazel eyes, it's a lot of neutral eye color and purple. I stay away from blues and greens. They wash me out. Pinks are okay, purples, browns, neutral colors. If you have different colors, like blue eyes, they could use blue. They make them pop. It's basically any specks that are in your eyes, they'll pop based on what color that you put on your eyes. But like I said, I just put it in my eyes, and you can tell that they really stand out now. The only other step that I do is I put my setting spray on, which is also by NYX. It's the Dewy Finish. I have dry skin, so I'll put, without getting into my mouth, I'll put that on and finish it up. It's got to dry for a second. And I do wear lip stuff, just not very often. So, I don't actually have any of my regular lip stuff here. But I'll use this Cosmoholic. It's like a brown color. It doesn't really go with my lips, but I'll just throw it on because it smells really good. And like I said, it's a little too brown for my lip color, but yes, I'm not liking that at all. And I got it too far up. But it works for now because my go-to colors are apparently in the car still because I keep lipstick with me all the time. Or lip gloss, I should say. But that's pretty much my looks. So if you guys are interested in coming up with more, I will do more. But you have a good day. Thanks.